CoyoteMan Show Network. You're watching the Book Breakers on the CoyoteMan Show Network.
Welcome to our show. I'm Barbie Johnson.
And I am Tisha Winkler.
We're the Book Breakers
On the CoyoteMan Show Network. And remember to download the CoyoteMan Show Network, Roku, Amazon, Fire TV, Apple, and your Android apps.
Yes, so you can watch the show every time it's on. Be with us. Today, our special guest is Mr. Ron Bland. He's going to be talking to us about music bands, which is his pleasure. So, Mr. Bland, how did you get started with music? What was your motivation?
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
I started at an early age. My mother had a piano, and they used to bang on the piano. So I tried different instruments, French horn, piano, drums, and then finally settled on the bass guitar.
Wow. So you actually played the French horn?
I tried it. It was very difficult. I really couldn't get it. Yeah, it takes a lot of practice.
Gosh.
Yeah,
Wow.
But I love the sound of it too.
Yeah, they make it look so easy. How about the saxophone? I love the
I never
saxophone.
tried the sax.
Never tried?
No.
I'll stick with Kenny G then. Ooh, Lord, that. What made me like the saxophone so much? It was in our school. It was at our high school. Some kind of celebration they were having, and the guy he played a song on the saxophone, and at the end he threw the queen of that time a kiss from the saxophone. I said, oh, I was stuck on the saxophone. I said, it went like, it sounded like a kiss. Oh, I said, wow, that just blew my mind.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to play something too, but I couldn't.
Oh,
But how old were you when you started? You said you were banging on the piano as a kid.
Yeah,
So-
probably around maybe close to 10.
10.
Yeah.
So did you actually play it or just bang?
Yeah, I had little exercises to play, and I would get a star if I completed the song. But then what was tough was the summertime came.
Uh-oh.
And it was hard to sit in there and bang on that piano, and everybody else is out playing basketball and marbles and riding bikes. So it was tough.
So who was teaching you? Your mom, your father?
No, I had a teacher at school.
Okay.
Right.
So
But my father also he played sax too. Yeah. So he was the influence on me also.
Okay. Well, that was good. 'Cause I wanted to play an instrument.
And Mr. Ron, when I was in high school, I always took different music classes, but I never played an instrument, and that was my biggest regret. I always knew how to, the notes and just, how people would just play the instruments, and I was so not envious, but I was like, I always wanted to do that. Can you tell us some of the challenges of being in the musical band?
Well, learning the songs, and most of the songs that I learned over the years are mainly by ear. I could read a little bit, but not to the point where all of it was written down.
Wow.
So you memorize the song, and then you play it enough, it just becomes secondhand.
Oh, okay.
And you just, you try to put your own feel into it, but the basics of the song are the original person that wrote the song.
Right. Okay, so help me understand about putting your feelings into it. Can you tell me a little bit more? Because if I play something, there's no feeling that's going to be in me tapping, like you said, on the keys. There's no feeling. I just want to know how I play this thing. So how do you get the emotion, like you said, the feelings into it?
your improvisation gives you the feeling that, like, if the song was played in G and the next note was in blues would be a F, then the G. So when you play the F, the G, you hit it so many times, and instead of just going straight to the next note, you might go ooh.
Okay.
And that adds another feel to it. So you might go up higher and go ooh.
Okay, I got you now. I didn't know what they were doing. I didn't know that was that. But I understand what you're saying now, because I be seeing the guys go, they're taking a finger.
Right.
Wow. I learned something. I learned something. For all you music players, kudos, thumbs up, because I couldn't do it. Oh my God. So how do you guys in a band, do you have to feel each other out to get to know their style or?
Yes, usually the drummer and the bass hold the bottom. We call it the bottom. And then the other instruments play along. We all play together, but when the person takes a solo, you kind of stand back a little bit and let them go off on their solo. Then they come back into the song again. Right. So everybody has a chance to go around and show what they feel in a particular song. If they play it long enough, they have their own feel for it. So if you see somebody say, "Oh, that's John," well, I know what he's gonna do on so and so. And most times he's right there, and that's how he's built up his reputation, by what he does improvisation wise.
Okay. Oh, let me ask this next question. So when you're up there, like you're saying, you're letting them go solo. So that's how you're learning each other's style and form of playing, and you meshed together.
Right.
In that.
Right.
Okay.
Basically everybody is the same, but their improvisation makes them different. If you were playing with Grover Washington, you know what you don't know exactly what he's going to do, but in the basis of the song, it's the same. But when he takes off, you have to be ready to go with him.
Oh.
So you try to hang with him. Sometimes he's
right. So, but how? What do you do when you? Would you just keep going?
Playing, right?
So you just keep going.
Keep on going.
And Mr. Ron, have you ever met any famous actors or musicians like Cab Calloway, Earth, Wind and Fire, or Cameo Band?
No, I did get a chance to meet Otis Williams and Melvin Franklin from The Temptations. And I think they were the only two. I've met some other blues artists. I can't call their names at this time, but they my old blues band opened for them. Okay. And it was really nice meeting, and I got a chance to talk to one guy. It was really interesting.
So we have to go on the road with you one day.
So the band that you were in, was that something you started, or how did it come about that you guys started playing together?
Knew a guy, a good friend of mine. His name is Joe Thomas, and his brother Greg, and we kind of grew up together. So they knew I played bass, and they started a new group which became Black Ice back in the 70s, and we played a lot of cabarets. And, you know, as you play around town, you get known with different people. So I played in several bands over the years, sat in a couple churches. And try to get as much exposure as possible.
So would people, when they get to know you, would they be calling on for you guys to come and play for them at some event or something like that?
Yes, people would. You know, we played the cabaret circuit at that time. It was called the cabaret circuit.
Oh, okay, all right.
And then when the other group became Uncle Remus, we started doing clubs.
Okay.
And later on, we became Uncle Remus. We did cabarets and clubs. And then the blues group I was in, which was Big Daddy Stallings, we did a lot of different jobs. Ocean City, we did Memphis twice, Virginia Beach, Myrtle Beach. So we had some good places to play.
Okay. So did you bring some music for us to here, or are you gonna play something for us?
I brought some on the CD.
Okay. Okay. So where's he at? So I'm gonna ask you to hold that thought. We're gonna take a commercial break and we'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. Stay with us because you want to hear this.
We must secure our families. KFG Life Insurance Specialist is a company that partnered with 15 of the top life insurance companies to ensure you get the best pricing, knowledge, and products to suit your family needs. Some people believe that term insurance is better than whole life insurance, while others feel the complete opposite. Some may feel like universal life is the way to go, and others may feel it's better to have a whole life policy. The truth is, neither of the products are better. One just may be more suitable for your family. Our life insurance specialists are not biased, as they are partnered with several life insurance companies. This ensures our clients get the best pricing, education, and products that are suitable for their families. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist make these decisions easier for you and your family. Our office is located at Security Square Mall, next to Burlington, in the CoyoteMan Show Network. Please call to make an appointment at 443-400-5224 or go to www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. That's www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist help you prepare your family in the present, because the future is not promised. Act now.
You're watching the Book Breakers on the CoyoteMan Show Network. You're watching the Book Breakers on the CoyoteMan Show Network.
Thank you. Welcome for staying with us and coming back with us. We have with us Mr. Ronald Bland talking about music and bands. So he brought a clip with him. This clip is our Richboro. But I want to tell you about the one that's Dance Anthem. Wonderful. I use that for my video. So, can we get the clip, please?
Maestro.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, what that main guitar that I'm hearing, is that you?
Yes.
Okay, and that's called the what? The
Acoustic electric guitar.
acoustic. So what's the, because I don't know. So what's the difference between the acoustics guitar or the bass guitar, just a plain guitar?
Well, the acoustic guitar is nylon strings. That's the main thing.
Okay.
And bass guitar, of course, is steel strings, but it could be 4, 5, 6 guys playing eight string basses.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
Basses become a lead instrument in a lot of songs now. But in the past, bass was in the background, but now it's become, with some of the great players out there, they're leading, like, different artists have bass leading the songs.
Wow. I mean, because I like what I hear, and now I'm understanding about the feeling when it's that. Hey, hey, I'm just saying I can get into the feeling. Anyway, now I tried playing the guitar. I could only strum a little bit, and I tried with the piano. I could play Silent Night, but then I lost it. So I can't even do that now. So Mr. Bland, do you pass your knowledge on to other musicians or upcoming musicians that
Yes.
learning how to
I've
play?
had a few friends that said they wanted to play, and we got together and I showed a couple guys just some basic things. It was a guy who had a song. He had 100 songs, and he would play the first beginning, a verse, and what's called a bridge, and he would move on to 100 songs, and we tried it, and he was playing the bass. He couldn't believe he was playing it.
Wow.
So we just go do 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 do. You know what that is, don't you?
Temptations.
Right.
I was listening.
Yeah. And he was doing it, and, so he couldn't believe. He said, "I couldn't believe him did it."
So it was that easy for him to pick it up?
For him to pick it up.
So is it easy for anybody to pick it up?
If you practice, that's the main thing, and listen quite a bit. You can pick it up. You can pick up the basics and then move on to something else that you could add into that particular song.
Okay, but now for people like me, I am tone deaf. Hello. I don't know if I'm hitting the right note. So for people like me, would it be easy for me to pick it up?
Oh yeah. You just, if you had a piano, you just find the note, you match the note with your ear. If you can pick up that note, then you do have an ear.
Okay, because I want to go back to the piano. I bought a keyboard and I still can't play.
And Mr. Ron, I would just like to ask you, will you be teaching musicians for like children or like adults? Because I just want to let you know and the audience know that when my mom passed away, she had bought a guitar from the Home Shopping Network, and I still have a brand new guitar in my storage. And I think I
in
want
your
to have
storage.
lessons. Yes.
Wow, what good is that? You trying to play?
Yes, I would like to play.
Oh, yeah,
And learn.
You can do it. I mean, I could teach you some basics. I'm not a teacher, but I could teach you some basics that you can use to pick up songs and start with simple songs. And one guy that I met said every song has what's called, he called them cowboy chords. And if you think, when he showed me the chords that were in them a lot of major songs, they came from these basic chords.
Okay.
So you start off with the basic chords and you move on to other chords that are a little more intricate.
And what's some of your challenges as being a musician?
Well, as a local musician, a lot of clubs don't want to pay you. You should be paid. That's the toughest part. So it's not all about money. It's the enjoyment of playing, but you would like to be compensated.
Yes,
Going out to
absolutely.
play.
Come on.
So some guys have gotten to the point where they said, if I can't get what I want, I'm not going to play. And that's sad to see because you miss them. But it's always a battle between the club owner and the bands.
So why won't they? I mean, if you guys are that good, why wouldn't they pay? What, you cutting into their profit or something?
That's a good question.
Hello,
That's a
just
great
saying.
question. I mean, some of them, from what you see, the place is packed. People are eating and drinking all night. And he says, well, this is all I can get you. And I know I could see if nobody was in there. But to have a packed place and then the place would clear out and another whole group of people come in, and he said, I could only give you a small amount of money. It's, makes it tough.
So just he was stringing you guys along. But did you
either,
really care?
You either do it or you don't.
Right.
After a while, it became too much because it was down in D.C. So,
Okay.
When you try to add up everything, it doesn't add up.
Right, it's not breaking
It's
either.
not breaking, yeah.
So you going in the hole.
You know they're going to make a profit, but
Absolutely.
you would just not saying you want to take it all, but you would like to be compensated.
So for anyone that wants to learn how to play, the guitar, the piano, or anything like that, so how would they reach you? How can they find you?
They can find me on bandmix.com and just put in Ron Bland and my website pops up, or they can get the phone number. They could call me at 410-905-9982.
I want you to repeat that one more time.
Bandmix.com and my phone is 410-905-9982.
Okay. Now, one other question. What would you say to encourage young people that want to get out there and start a band? Because, some are still looking to play and absolutely learn. So what could you say to encourage them?
Just try to stay around the music as much as you can with school and outside activities, and just continue listening because it's so many different types of music.
Right.
You can find what you like out there.
So, all right, then how did you find your niche of what kind of music you wanted to play?
Over the years, it's changed a bit. Now I'm into this music called down tempo music.
So
and
what does that
really
mean?
It's just laid back, easy. Well, the kids would say easy listening.
Oh,
but
okay.
It's just a feel of the beat, and I enjoy hip hop and rap, and I enjoy the beats because it's just a feel to it, and that's what's stimulated me over the years. And I still enjoy old school jazz.
I like jazz too.
And New Orleans jazz. I still enjoy most forms, classical, and gospel. Gospel is really tremendous now.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned that you guys play for churches too as well.
I've sat in at a couple churches.
You don't have enough. Well, all right. One more thing, Mr. Blair. In music and getting into a band, how would a person form their band? But I mean, as to how, I believe I asked you that before. How did you get started? But you said it was you and a couple of guys. But I'm still thinking about younger people. How would they even go about forming a band or finding people to play?
They have different advertisements, like I said, band mix, and usually you find people that have similar interests, and that's been one of the greatest things. Just contact them; they will contact you, and then you try to put something together. That's probably one of the easiest, and be around music, be around hip hop artists, because some things they need help with that they can't do. So if you have a different feel, they love that because, you know, it gives them a different feel.
Okay, absolutely. So what was your best form, or however you want to say that? Well, what was your best thing or favorite thing that you liked playing?
I guess my favorite thing was funk.
Oh, okay.
Parliament Funkadelic.
Like I know what that is.
Parliament Funkadelic. The old school funk.
70s music?
Say what?
70s music?
70s.
Yeah.
Cameo. Gap Band.
Yes.
Ohio Players.
Oh, yes. That's my favorite band.
So that's your favorite band.
Yes, that's my favorite band. And where do you see yourself in 5 years, Mr. Ron?
I'd like to be writing, continue, hope to have my music heard, and continue writing and helping the young folks. They need some help. I'd like to continue doing that.
So, but you don't have any intentions of going back to play or anything?
Oh, I
like
would
that?
like to continue playing also.
Oh, okay. I'm just asking a question. Oh my God. All right, Mr. Bland, it was such a pleasure having you on our show talking about music and music for the soul. Now, like I said, I learned something to feel what it means to feel the music. Okay, I got that. I get it. Thank you for educating me. So, audience, if you got anything, thumbs up to them.
Yes, and thank you for the rhythm.
Thank you, Mr. Bland, for joining us. We appreciate your knowledge and everything that you've contributed on the show. And for those of you out there, I'm Barbie Johnson.
And I am Tisha Winkler.
We're the Book Breakers
On the CoyoteMan Show Network.
and we encourage you to accomplish
You're watching the Book Breakers on the Coyote Man Show Network.